I'm really pleased with this. Do you want to see it?
Yes.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Nathan Wyburn, a pop culture portrait artist. I've painted everyone from pop stars to royalty, and today I'm here to paint Barclays Women's Super League and Everton player Nico Sorensen.
Nico Sorensen with a piece of brilliance.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm going to be making your portrait today. Ever had your portrait painted?
Never ever. I'm really excited.
Amazing, let's crack on. So Nico, you grew up in Malov in Denmark. Tell me about your upbringing there.
I remember playing a lot of football when I started in the kindergarten. I remember my parents could look over there and they could always see me playing with all the boys. So yeah, my childhood has been a really, really good childhood with a lot of love, a lot of time with family, especially, and friends, and a lot of football.
When did you start to realise that being a forward was the position that suited you the most?
It was quite late. I remember when I played the under 15, I still played all positions on the pitch. I at some point even considered to be a goalkeeper. Thank God I didn't do that and ended up where I am now.
You moved to Everton from Brøndby in 2020. Did it feel like a big step up when you arrived, or did you feel ready for the BWSL?
Obviously it was a big step for me to take from the Danish league to the Barclays Women's Super League, but I felt it was a step that I was ready to take. I played all games in the Danish league and went really well. I played with the national team as well, so especially from the national team, but also from Champions League in Brøndby, I knew I could compete on a high level. So I think that was my main motivation to get over here, was to really push myself and my own limits.
How was your first season playing in the BWSL, and what were your standout moments?
That first season for me was a really, really good season. I just remember we just had a great team. The standout moment of that season is definitely the FA Cup final at Wembley, which was one of my biggest moments and achievements in my career. Overall, the first season was a really, really good one when I look back at it.
So tell me about some of your teammates. Which one of your teammates do you enjoy playing with most, and why?
I think it has to be either Izzy Christiansen or Hannah Bennison. I think that the way that I play and the way that they play really benefit each other. So I feel like we get the best out of each other when we play together.
How do they bring the best out of your game?
So they are way more like in the pocket and want to get really on the ball, and then they create the space for me to run in. I'm a bit of a runner, so that's how we really complement each other. I try to open space for them that they can utilize, and then opens up space for me.
Who are some of the current forwards in the BWSL you keep an eye out for?
Oh, I think there is a lot. It's hard to only say a few. A lot of the forwards that plays in the top 4 clubs. So especially Alessia Russo, Lauren Hemp, Chloe Kelly, Sam Kerr, Gu Ryden. Like there is a lot of really, really good and talented forwards in this league. I find it hard to only say a couple.
Who is the toughest performer you've come up against in the BWSL?
I'd probably say Ona Bache from Manchester United. Her timing is really, really good. She's fast, really good at hitting the body. She's really good at reading the game.
You're known as being a fierce competitor. Where does that competitiveness come from?
I always want to do my best. I want to be able to look myself in the mirror and know that I've done everything I could to not only win, but succeed. Obviously I love winning, but I also love developing and pushing myself, and I think it comes from that my main drive comes from development and develop myself, and that I can see I become a better player or a better person over time. So yeah, I love competing.
In 2021, you suffered a severe ACL injury, the first major injury of your career. Can you tell me how that impacted you?
Yeah, obviously it impacted my whole world. When you live and play professional football, it's obviously changing everything in a split of a second. The good side of it is like you you then just change your mindset and change your goals, and then you work towards that. At the end of the day, I knew that I could make my way back, and that was the main goal from almost when it happened to coming back, was to get back out there.
So is that what you had in your mind the whole time, getting back out there?
Yeah, my goal was then to come back to the pitch as fast as possible. Probably not if you ask my physio, that wasn't a part of getting back as fast as possible, but as safe as possible. So yeah, my next big goal was then to get back to play for Everton, but to be a part of the World Cup that's coming up this summer, and luckily I'm back playing now, and it, touch wood, goes really well, so yeah.
It must have taken a lot of mental strength to get through that.
Yeah, I think obviously when it happened I knew it would be such a long injury, and I think what was good for me was that I had no idea what to expect. I think I've always tried to be as positive as I can be, and then I thought all the time I could do way more than I actually could. And it was always the physio that was holding me back and was like, nah, it's still a bit too early. But I thought I was able to do it, and I thought I could do it. So yeah, I was never in doubt that when it happened, I was able to get back, and thankful I did it.
So you're back on the pitch. How does that feel, and when was your first game back?
My first game was in December 2022, played against Arsenal. It just feels so good to be back. Obviously it's about to enjoy it as much now as it was when I played the first game, because I know how it felt to be away for so long, so I think you appreciate being back a lot more now than I've ever done before.
After a disappointing Euros in Denmark, are you looking forward to putting it right in Australia?
Oh yeah, I can't wait. So the last time Denmark was at the World Cup, I think, was in 2007. So none of us at the team has ever tried to go to a World Cup. So really, really excited. And as you say, like the Euros was a bit disappointing, maybe not thinking of how our group was looking, but you always go into a tournament like that for at least to go through the group stage. So yeah, hopefully we'll change that now to the World Cup.
Alongside your professional football life, you also study a remote course in innovation engineering. Amazing. Tell me about your course and why you decided to pursue that.
My interest comes from my dad being really innovative, and like if something didn't work, he'd find a solution for it to work. That goes really well with how I approach my professional football as well, and I kind of see it a little bit the same as the way I see and approach football. Is I always trying to find and see where I can optimize and do stuff better or do something new and different. So I think like the two things correlate quite well.
Okay, I think I'm done. I'm really pleased with this. Do you want to see it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to bring it over to you. Okay, so it was great chatting to you and finding out a little bit more about you. Are you ready to see it?
I'm so ready.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. That's so cool. I didn't think it would be that like detailed.
Yeah?
Wow, I didn't expect it to be anything like that. I don't know what I expected, to be fair, but that's so cool.
Thank you. I'm pleased you like it.
Wow, that's so impressive.